Hey, hello, good night. How you doing? Oh, give me a second. Let me crop this a bit more. There. Ha. Hey, Jackot. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, let's do some puzzle trash. Well, actually, I only have one attempt per day, so this is my one attempt, and then I'll do my 5 tactics per day that I have. Those will take more, maybe 1 hour of stream, probably, and then I might do more tactics on leeches or somewhere else. Anyway, let's go. I didn't warm up, so let's see if we can make. Let's see if we can make 30. That's my usual goal. Okay. Wow, the first one is not so easy. It's a checkmate, but it's a strange one. Let's say. Leeches tactics better than lag.com laggy. Yeah, absolutely true. But still, I don't know. One attempt per day, I can do it. Okay, so far, it's a night. So far, not bad. I can take with check and then take. Everything wins? No, not everything wins. Yeah. Check first. Wait. That wins a piece. Do I have something better? No. Okay. All right. I'm tempted to do this, but what's the deal? I guess I have to draw here. There, there. Yeah, and here. And now this. Yeah, this is cute because if g4, it was a stalemate. Okay. It would be better if they allowed multiple tries without having a membership. Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, that way I spend less time on chess.com, which is also nice. What happens if I take it? I mean, and I go back? Wow, what a tactic for puzzle number 17. That was strange. Oh, let's check. Complicated. Complicated. Aye. Yeah, of course. Hey RMTF, what's up? What is up? How you doing? This is easier, right? Easier. Well, oh, there was checkmate in 1 and I did the checkmate in 2. I'm so stupid. I failed 2 already. Ooh, no good. No good. And now I need to be precise with this. I mean, I can take the knight, but so scared to fail. What is his threat anyway? All right, my turn. I have a draw. At least I have a draw there. Oh, this check. My goodness. Um, before bishop f8 check and then rook a1 mate. Have no time, have no time. Every move wins, maybe? This is the better, the best? Yeah, the shortest. Yeah, I don't know, let's do. I have no time, I have no time. Okay, 27. Hey, Fuxia. What is the best? I don't know. Well, here it says the best in the leaderboard hourly 46 by J. Lucas. And if I pick all, it's gonna be Nakamura, I guess. Yeah, Hikaru 55. And my best is 35. No, I'm not good at this. I spend much time. Now let's go to the tactics that I really like, which are the tactics. Because this rush, I don't understand. The need to rush when you're doing tactics. Do you have Mirning there so lightly? What do you mean? Morning? Do you have morning? No, it's not morning. It's not morning. Yeah, the ratings, the tactics ratings on chess.com are suspicious to me, because if you spend time enough to solve them, the rating keeps going up. I think I started doing these tactics like, yeah, this is lag.com, I mean chess.com. Do I have this command? Okay. Gotta catch them all. This is chess.com. Yeah, I think I started like 2 months ago, maybe, doing the 5 tactics per day I have. And if you keep solving them, I started maybe at 2000 rating, and the rating keeps going up and up and up and up. And the puzzles don't really get hard. I mean, they're hard, but not harder. I think the hardest puzzles I get on 2500 on Lichess are harder than the 2700 on chess.com. That's my impression, at least. Mad.com, yeah. Okay, so let me fix first the crop for you. So this, because of course chess.com has a different layout for every part of it. So let me fix the layout for a second. There, and I think this would be better. Let's start with the 5 tactics. They're gonna take time because they're probably not easy tactics. Okay, what do we have here? We have a very exposed king. I mean black's king. That's good news. Bad news is we're 2 pawns down, and also black has the bishop pair, and black has some counterplay on c2, but c2 is very well defended so far. Our bishop from b2 might also join the party. So the obvious first move to consider is pawn takes f7 with check. That's very forcing, isn't it? Wow, why did he go king g7? Oh, because of queen h6. Queen h6 was a threat. So if we think about the previous position, black would have liked to to play f6 or f5, but there was queen h6 killing. So that's why black played king g7, but king g7 is so risky, exposing the king. So g takes f7 check. I'm assuming king takes f7 to run away, because if the king remains, let's say, on h7, there's checkmate in 2. Bishop g5 doesn't really help. And king f6, there's checkmate in 2. King h8 is mate in 1. So after pawn takes f7, the only move is king takes f7. So that's very forcing. I like it. The problem is, how do we stop king e8? Pawn takes f7 check, king takes f7. Maybe we don't. Maybe we need to go crazy and rook g7, king e8, rook takes bishop, king e7, queen g5 check. Rook f6 might be a move. Yeah. Queen h6 check, Fuxia. That would be funky and funny if that works. It's definitely a move to consider, because it's the move that black is trying to stop. I just don't believe it, but yeah, it's a move to consider. No, if then you go bishop c1, then queen h6 is stupid. The only justification of queen h6, king takes h6 has to be something like g7 or g takes f7. Maybe knight f5 first, to keep in sacrificial mode. But you cannot go bishop c1, because then king g7 and you are in the starting position just without the queen. Bishop c1 first. I like that idea. But bishop c1 first, maybe f takes g6, and the king really escapes. Again. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, cool. Yeah, the king doesn't escape. Wow, bishop c1. Yeah. The king does not escape. Bishop c1 is very strong. So bishop c1, rook h8. Yeah, bishop c1, rook h8, pawn takes f7 check, king takes f7, queen f2 check. And if king e8, there's rook g8, which leads to checkmate. And if bishop f6, there's rook g7 check, king e8 only move, queen takes f6, the knight still defending c2. So it seems to win. Bishop c1, rook h8 doesn't seem to work. Oh, I said there was mate and there... Yeah, there's mate. Again, bishop c1, rook h8, pawn takes f7 check. If king takes f7, queen f2 check. And if king e8, there's mate after rook g8, yes. And if bishop f6, again, rook g7 check, king e8, and queen takes f6 anyway, even if it's not check. How does he stop all the checkmates? Queen e7 mate, rook g8 with mate next move. He has no checks unless he sacrifices the queen. Yeah. So, hey Joki, hello. We're seeing bishop c1. Joki, bishop c1 seems winning to us. Rook h8 doesn't work, and well, f takes d6 doesn't work because queen h6, queen takes d6 mate. So yeah, f5 doesn't work because queen h6 check, king f6, g7 check, and after king f7, queen g6 check, king g8, and then we promote to queen, and then it's checkmate next move. So after bishop c1, black cannot play f takes d6, black cannot play rook h8, black cannot play f6 or f5. If black sacrifices the bishop on g5, I guess that doesn't change anything. Nope. Well, there's only one line left to analyze, but I think it's winning also. Bishop c1, pawn takes knight. So bishop c1, pawn takes d4, queen h6 check, king f6. And there might be more than one winning move there. But I think just g7 check. King f5 only move. Because if king e5, queen f4 is mate. So king f5, queen, yeah, there's mate there. There has to be mate there. Queen g5, king e4 only move, rook e1 is mate. Yeah. Yeah, I think bishop c1. I'm gonna do it. Okay, this line we already saw. Should lose after takes, and queen f2. And this is mate. I mean, bishop f6 was tempting. It was maybe tougher to see than this line. This line is forced mate, so it's the easiest. You see, the rating of this puzzle is 3,000, 3,000. I've seen 2,500 puzzles on Lichess tougher than this one. Anyway, let's show the lines, because there were a couple of interesting lines there. And one of the problems with chess.com is I cannot draw arrows and circles when I'm solving puzzles, only in analysis mode. So yeah, I'm speaking the moves, and I don't know if you followed all the lines. That's why I want to put them over the board now. That wasn't overly difficult. Yeah, exactly, Fuxia. That's what I say. I think chess.com puzzles, they have like a limit of difficulty, and they never get more difficult than that. Anyway, let's show the lines if I can. Okay, I'm gonna do my webcam smaller for this because I don't want to change the the layout a lot, because I want to go back to solving puzzles. Okay, bishop c1. There were several ideas. Rook h8 seemed the most promising defense. This doesn't work for obvious reasons, because if I can move, yeah, this is checkmate. F5 or f6 don't work either. Oof, come on, I cannot drag the piece. All right, Of course, king g8, there's mate on h7, so king f6, but here, yeah, I saw this check, this with promoting to a queen and checkmate on g8. Another funny line was with this. This was a funny line, ending in a rook e1 checkmate. Bum, bum. This, because this queen f4 is mate, so here, check, mate. Hello, Kite. Actually, when there are tons of arrows on the board, it's not much easier to understand. Yeah, I know, Armitsiev, but at least I can show what I'm saying. Some people have trouble with coordinates, so when I say queen h6, g7, king f5, queen g5, and I say it very fast, I understand some people are not following, but if I put arrows, it's easier. I've seen Andrei Ostrovsky's that's tough one. Ostrovsky solving chess.com puzzles that were really hard. Well, sometimes I found some really hard ones, but some other times it's like this. Ostrovsky, thanks, Armitsiev. it's much easier for me to read in Cyrillic than the other. Yeah. Okay, what were the other lines after rook h8? Ah, yeah, after rook h8, which was the one played. Check, takes, queen f2, check. And here, yeah, he went king e8, so there was forced mate. I think bishop f6, maybe it's arguably forced mate too, but at least from a human point of view, it's hard to see after king e8. Of course, king f8 is mating too. But after king e8, queen takes bishop is not check. So at least from a human point of view, you need to be sure that you're winning here. And of course, we are winning, but it's not check, check, checkmate like the other line. There's this move that is not check, and you need to assess that this is winning. But of course, it's winning because this is a checkmate thread, this is a checkmate thread. And yeah, no good way to stop both. Okay, let's continue with the next tactic. Well, here we have a queen on the 7th, so the obvious first tactical theme is rook takes f7. So if they take a rook, we take on a8 with check. And if not, we're threatening rook g7, rook h7, queen g7. That is, we're threatening a checkmate in 3. So that's the obvious first idea to think about, rook takes f7. Now, we're a piece up. A piece for a pawn, but our king is a little bit exposed. So for example, a threat that black has is bishop a5 check. Thankfully we have bishop d2. Otherwise, well, actually that might be the tricky part of this puzzle. Rook takes f7 seems a good move, but rook takes f7, bishop a5 check. We need to choose carefully what to do, because bishop d2 would allow bishop takes d2, and if king takes d2, either queen b4 check or rook a d8 check and then take on f7, so we would lose material. Or after rook a d8 check, we might have rook d7. That's very complicated line. And another idea we have after rook takes f7, bishop a5 is sacrifice the knight, knight c3, bishop takes c3 check, king e2, and there's no more checks for black. Hey John, what is up? Knight g2 is also a threat. Yeah, both knight g2 and bishop a5 expose our king a lot. But if we go rook takes, okay, that's cute. Yeah, knight g2 is cute because if king f1, then rook takes f7 is check. So tricky business here. Also, rook takes f7 only wins a pawn. I mean, if rook takes f7, queen takes a8 check, rook back to f8, black has the initiative. We have to save our queen. So this is a typical puzzle where we should be more worried about black's attack than about what we can do. Because we're a piece up, but we're very exposed. Requires accuracy. Let's see what can we do here. Okay, knight g2 is not a problem as long as we have queen takes g2. So for example, rook takes f7, knight g2, check, queen takes g2, our queen's still attacking the a8 rook, but he could take a rook on f7 with the king. Bishop e3 and then rook f7. Yeah, that's definitely another idea. Trading first the knight. I thought about it. And then, for example, then we have a problem also. For example, bishop takes e3, queen takes e3, rook takes f7. He would play bishop a5 check. We can't go to d1 because of checkmate. So we go to f1, then rook takes f7 is check, and we lose our queen. So bishop takes e3 is a candidate move, but not to follow with rook takes f7. Maybe just bishop takes e3, queen takes e3, and I don't know, rook f3 or something like that. We're a piece up anyway, so just defend everything, trade pieces. I like that line. We don't need our queen. Yeah, not sure about that. Now, after bishop takes e3, he has some other options besides queen takes e3. He can start with the check on a5, and that's probably the most... No, then king f2, so that's stupid. But he can take the knight instead of the bishop. Bishop takes e3, queen takes a3, but then we just trade bishops, right? Yeah. The more pieces we trade, the better. And the safer our king will be. So bishop takes e3, not a very stupid move at all. I'm liking it. Makes our king safer. And everything is defended. Bishop takes e3, queen takes e3, rook f3, and everything is defended. Everything. f2 is defended, g1 is defended, the knight on a3 is defended, the rook on f3 is defended, the pawn on c4 is defended, everything is defended. And the queen has not a lot of moves. Either the queen goes back to c5, but again, our knight is already defended, or she goes to g5 or h6. I think I'm gonna take the knight, guys. It also helps developing. Knight c2, you'd say, John. Ooh. You crazy, man. Knight c2 and defending c4. So you still want to go rook f7 next? I don't know, man. I think we're a piece up. I wouldn't be crazy about taking on f7 when, you know, it's just a pawn. Rook takes f7, at the very least black can go rook takes f7, queen takes a8 check, rook back to f8, and we lose initiative. And we trade a rook, our active rook for the passive rook on a8, and the rook on f8 gets developed and starts attacking. Queen f2 would be a threat after that. I don't really like to take on f7. It seems that in this position we don't have enough activity. Our most active pieces are the queen and the rook on f1. But the rest of the army is like very, 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 you know. Instead, after bishop takes e3, queen takes e3, rook f3, the queen moves, we have the initiative, we have the chance to develop our a1 rook, and suddenly our pieces become active. I think I like that more. But again, this is a tactical puzzle, so it's really tough to justify my lying just for positional reasons. But hey, I'm a piece up. I'm a piece up, and I'm stopping any activity by black. So I like that line. Does black have something against bishop takes e3 that is not queen takes back on e3? I don't think so. I don't think so. Calmly playing bishop d2. Well, if bishop d2 is the solution, now but bishop d2, knight takes f1, right? And we can take the knight because of the mate on checkmate on f2. No, I'm gonna take the knight. And if it's not the solution, well, at least my rating goes down a little. Okay, so now I wanted rook f3, but this is a puzzle. Now rook f7, I don't think rook f7. Rook f7 has to be a bad move, John. Really, I believe rook f7 is a bad move. I truly believe it's a bad move. Rook takes f7, rook takes f7, queen takes a8 check, rook f8. Our queen moves. Next moves by black are queen f2 check, rook d8 check, and probably queen takes knight. No, I don't believe that's too much counterplay for black. I wouldn't take on f7, never ever. Here what I would do is rook f3, but queen moves to d5 with check. Okay, and then king h8. And then our queen is badly placed because after queen f2 check, he would ping our queen with rook d8. So we're probably needing to move our queen again after queen h8. What wrong could happen? You're a piece up. Well, I think this position is really interesting. You want to take on f7. Okay, that's a pawn. I think it's a tactical mess. So what wrong could happen? I would say anything. Anything can happen. But I mean, I'm already a piece up. My knight is hanging on a3. Why don't I just defend everything, gain activity with rook f3, then rook d1? And I'm a piece up, black is passive, and I don't give any counterplay. That's what I would do, rook f3. But it's interesting because this is a puzzle. So I'm assuming there's only one solution. And you're too pessimistic? No, I'm not. You see pessimism when I see experience. I've lost so many winning games, so many winning positions. Just don't think about bad stuff. No, I'm not thinking about bad stuff. I'm thinking about my opponent's counterplay. That's a very different story. This is something you should always think about. The other day I was watching this endgame by Karpov. He was totally destroying his opponent, demolishing. His opponent didn't resign for some reason and made a threat of a counterplay, of taking one pawn of Karpov's pawn. And according to the engine, you should just forget about that pawn and just promote, because Karpov was all over, was crushing him. Instead, what Karpov did was a very slow move. He defended the pawn, stopped any counterplay. Even in a totally winning position, he stopped the counterplay. His opponent resigned. But that's human play, of course. And this is a puzzle. So maybe there's something more winning than rook takes f7 and then rook f3. But rook f3 is so tempting. Our knight is hanging on a3. So either we go rook f3, or we go crazy with rook takes f7, or we save the knight somehow, like knight c2. But the queen has a lot of moves after knight c2. The queen doesn't have a lot of moves after rook f3. There's also another option, queen f3, that I would consider in an over-the-board game, because, we're a piece up. Rook f7 doesn't fail to bishop a5 check. Yeah. Good point. Good point. It's interesting that I said that in a previous line, and I didn't realize now bishop a5 check still there. Now rook f3 is also a good move against bishop a5, because then just king f1. Yeah, and actually queen f3, bishop a5, we resign. So now rook f3 is the only logical move, suddenly. Because knight c2, bishop a5 again. Yeah, so now rook f3 is the only logical move, after we realize the bishop a5 check. Knight c2, John, there's bishop a5 check too. And we resign. Let's put it on the analysis board. Yeah, not a lot of discussion after bishop a5 is a killer move in every line, so many of the things we discussed may not no sense. Okay, starting position. Rook takes f7 in the starting position is just asking for trouble for a number of reasons. I don't even know what's the best, but bishop a5 check is really putting a question here to white. If we go to f2, then we lose our queen. And if we block here, then our king is exposed, so maybe black can just check here to take the rook next. Probably only move this to save the material, but man, this doesn't look good. If our rook is pinned, we're no longer threatening checkmate, so black can just take here, and what are we doing? At least black can do that. So yeah, rook takes f7 in the first move doesn't really help. Rook f3 in the first move I think doesn't really help either, because of knight g2 probably. Well, knight g2 is interesting, but maybe not the best. Maybe just bishop a5 again, because just, moving the rook from f1 doesn't really help, as long as the knight's still protecting that square. We never want to go to f2 and allow all sorts of checks. Yeah, okay, and then the lines we were seeing here were all stupid because all lose to bishop a5. Knight c2, for example, loses to bishop a5. We can sacrifice the knight, and then we should hang the mate because there's no other legal move but king d1 here. The knight is pinned, this is protected. But even this line, sorry, rook f7, rook takes f7. Well, this loses to bishop a5 because either we hang mate or we hang the queen. But even this line that John was saying, I think you said queen d5 check, I said king h8. I think we're giving too much counterplay here. I think we're giving too much counterplay here to black. Rook takes f7, really? Knight c2 here? Then we lose the queen, John. You don't see the problem? You don't see rook d8 next move? You are just blind. Now, anyway, we're probably missing some other stuff and tactics. What I wanted to say is, I just didn't consider rook takes f7 a good move. Even if the tactics work, it's counterintuitive to me, because what we're basically doing is just winning one pawn, only that, and what we're doing is trading this good rook for this bad rook here, and developing this rook that suddenly starts being active. So yeah, it's not intuitive to me just to win a pawn when our king is exposed to do such a trade. Then of course bishop a5 would just erase any ideas of going rook takes f7 here. A pawn is a pawn though. Yeah, but we're a piece up. We don't need to take risks. If you're a piece up, the best thing you can do to win the game is stop your opponent's counterplay, not giving him more counterplay. That's the way not to win. Alright, let's move on. Let's do the next tactic. 2 out of 2, yes. Oh, this seems to be an easy one. I don't I don't say I already saw the solution. What I say is it has to be easy to calculate. Actually, this reminds me of a tactic we did once on lead chess, and I think the solution was kind of tricky. It wasn't this exact position, but yeah, something very similar happened to the black's king, where our queen is attacking the rook on g8. What was it? Rook g4 feels like a trap. Well, I was thinking in moves more of the style of rook c1 or rook d1. Just reminding that position I'm talking about, and that's probably not the one we have here. Okay, so rook g4. Queen e6 check, but followed by rook f takes g4. I like that idea, Malek. F rook, of course. Well, it doesn't really matter which rook we use. We're sort of threatening to take on g8 with our queen. So, for example, what I like about queen e6 check is it enables back rank mates. So for example, queen e6 check, king b8, then rook takes d4 would be much stronger. Queen e6 check, king d8, there's rook d4 check, so it's game over. And queen e6 check, rook d7, probably rook f takes g4 wins on the spot, doesn't it? Yeah. We might have also back rank mates, but not in that specific line. So queen e6 check, king b8, and then either rook taking on g4, or am I missing something? Probably missing something. If we take with the f rook, where is his queen going to defend g7? The queen is not going to defend g7. But queen d8, oh, that's cute, queen d8. So we take with the f rook. Oh, you're giving a line with rook d7. Now rook d7, you say rook f7, but I think rook f takes g4 is just totally crashing. Because we're attacking the queen moves, we're winning. So I think rook d7 loses to rook takes g4. Now the line I was thinking now is queen e6 check, king b8, rook f takes g4, queen d8, and queen takes g8. If rook takes, we win. If queen takes, rook takes g7, and the next move is rook d8. And I think that's the best way, because after rook f takes g4, queen d8, if we take on g7, he takes on g7, and we are having a back rank issue. So I think after queen d8, we have queen takes g8 winning. And that's a cute little move. Queen e6 check, king b8, rook f takes g4, queen d8, queen takes g8. We're going to be a rook up. And we're going to be a rook up. So yeah, queen e6 check. I think that should be it. What if he go king d8, John? Just rook d4 check and and black resigns. It's checkmate in 2. He can sacrifice the queen, then sacrifice the rook, but it's eventual checkmate. Rook d4 check. Or rook d1 check. I can choose between the two of them. Okay. And yeah, so queen e6 check is winning. Is there something more winning than that? Probably not. Ah, well, the other idea is, what if I take with the... No, nothing. Yeah, the other idea is, what if I take with the g rook here? Rook g takes g4. Am I winning something? Probably not, because queen d8 will threaten checkmate on... Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. This is what makes sense. And after queen d8, queen takes g8. I think that's probably the cutest idea to realize in this puzzle. Queen takes g8, the only winning move. Okay, that was cool. You are tired, John. I'm tired too. But yeah, I need to train. Let's stop Stockfish, please. There. Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna show now, because the line was pretty straightforward. Well, first of all, king d8 loses to this or this. I can choose the two of them. But yeah, rook d7. Melek was showing that rook f7 should win, but I think just rook f takes g4. It's easier win because rook f7 is bad. Okay, yeah, but rook f takes g4 just I think wins on the spot because yeah, what does black do? I mean, the queen is hanging. If the queen moves, everything is hanging. Everyone is tired. No, terrible. Yeah, it's late. After rook f7, black has queen d5. Yeah. Well, the problem with rook f7 is it only attacks one thing at a time, right? So queen d5 or so the line you gave before was rook d8 and then rook d1. Sorry, rook d8, rook d1. But what about queen d2? Not even queen d5. I mean, just yeah, queen d5 has to be good enough. Queen d5 or queen d4. Yeah, queen d5 threatening to trade everything. Yeah, it's the easiest. Yeah, but I guess after rook f takes g4, black resigns. This is pinned. This is lost. Either he loses the queen or he loses the rook on g8. Okay. So yeah, king b8 completely forced, and now taking here, and yeah, queen d8 probably the best attempt. I don't see anything better because there's no way to defend g7, right? Oopsie. The queen has no square to defend g7, so the only way to defend g7 is by tactical means, threatening back rank mate. So either queen d8 or queen d2, and I thought queen d8, you know, to defend g8 because queen d2, then it's very obvious that queen takes g8 wins. Queen d8 is not so obvious, but queen g8, queen takes g8 also wins. And this was important to realize that rook takes g7 doesn't win because rook takes g7. And oopsie daisy, we cannot take the rook on g7. So this would be probably a draw. Still probably black, still probably white can push a little because of the passed pawn on f, but it should be a draw. So yeah, queen takes g8, cute little move. And in the puzzle he did the easy, rook takes. I mean, everything is easy. Both are easy, but important to know that if he takes with the queen, doesn't matter where the queen moves. Our next move is rook g8. And the queen has to... Well, actually, the best move for black is not to move the queen. Or take on g7. Either case, we're a rook up. No shame in drawing against a good player, though. Yeah. Okay. That was 3. Close this, please. Okay. 3 out of 5, I think. Let's go for the 4th. Well, queen takes g6. I would do queen takes g6 in an instant here. Queen takes g6, knight e6. It's a first line. Queen takes g6 check, king f8, knight e6 check, queen takes e6, rook takes f6 check, pawn takes f6, rook takes f6 check, and queen takes f6 check, and we have a draw. We sacrificed all of our material for the queen. Well, it's good to know that we have a draw, especially when we start a piece down. But maybe we have something better. Well, the first move for the first move, queen takes d6, seems pretty obvious. And then it would be nice to play like knight d5 or something like that. Queen takes d6, king f8, knight d5. Tricky little move. Because if queen takes d5, rook takes f6 wins. Rook takes f6, pawn takes f6, rook takes f6, king e7, queen g7 check, king e8, rook f8, mate. So 95 is an interesting second move. We're building on f6. Like, oh, rook takes d5. What am I saying? Rook takes d5. 96 with the threat of 95. Yeah, I thought about it, but it's very slow, isn't it? Knight takes d5, knight takes d6, let's say queen e4. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe it. And we're a piece down. Maybe instead of knight d5, we can find something better, like queen takes h5. That would be so nice. Okay, for the first move, we're not going to move our rooks. We're not going to move our knight. The knight is supporting queen takes g6. So I think I'm gonna throw the first move at the risk of failing the puzzle, because I don't see any other good first move. And now let's take it from here. So I think at least we have a draw in the queen knight e6 line. It's a forced draw because we have a perpetual in the end. But we might have better. Queen h7 doesn't really work, I think. Knight takes h5. Yeah. Queen takes h5. Yeah. Knight h5 looks crushing. I don't know. How is it crushing? Let's say knight takes h5, rook d6. We have queen g7, but I don't think that works. How do you stop taking on f6? Well, knight takes h5, rook d6. If knight takes f6, rook takes f6. And if rook takes f6, pawn takes f6, rook takes f6, queen takes f6, queen takes f6. Again, we have a draw. Do we have better? Okay, maybe this line is better than the other one. Maybe we have something better than a draw, because the king can never really go to... Yeah, it can go to... It's winning for white. Hey, Chips! What's up? Is it winning after king e8? I don't think we can take the bishop, unless I'm missing something. I very well be missing something, but maybe it's enough. Yeah, it seems really winning, because we can probably take the d4 pawn and be safe. So yeah, knight takes h5 might be winning. Yeah, queen e8 would be funny, yes. I was suffering from drunken knights again. Thought after knight h5 we were threatening mating one. Yes, John, it's pinned, but if I go queen g7 the king runs. It can be an idea, because then we're gonna take on f6 with check. He has to take with the pawn. Then we cannot take with the rook because of the checkmate on g2. So. I guess our biggest threat after knight takes h5 is knight takes f6, not queen g7. Well, the line with knight takes h5 and rook d6 is definitely better than the line with knight e6 and rook takes f6. So for the moment, knight takes h5 is the best line that I see. Queen takes h5 is very slow, isn't it? Yeah. And rook e1, rook e1 is funny. but he can just play bishop c8, rook d6, or e5. Queen and some pawns versus those passive black pieces must be winning. Yeah, I think it's winning because we never get to win that bishop, I think. So there are some chances for black to coordinate the pieces, but we're going to take the d4 pawn. And yeah, that should be game over. Did you look at queen h6? No, I didn't. And I won't. No, I don't. I mean, queen h6, king e8, and so polite. Yeah, I know. Oh, give me a second. Which picture? Oh, yeah. John Jones says. John Jones says knight h5, rook d5. Rook d5? Wow. Queen g7, king e8, queen g7 again. What? Queen g8, I guess. King d7, queen d5, queen d5, rook d5. What? Strange lines there. Strange lines there. No idea where I went rook d5. Now, if rook d5, I just take on f6. It is rook d6. Okay, rook d6. And then you said queen g7, queen g8. I'm not sure about that. No, I think we just take on f6. Knight h5, rook d6, knight takes f6. Pawn takes f6. Doesn't matter really. Rook takes f6, rook takes f6, rook takes f6. Queen takes f6, queen takes f6. Yeah, I'm gonna do that line. It doesn't work then. For some reason I calculated with the rook on d5. Okay. Yeah, must be knight h5. Yeah, and this puzzle is rated 2470. Okay, at least it's not 3000 like like that one. Although the level is similar, I think. Whoa, Joanna is hosting. Hey, Joanna, you there? Thank you. Hey, Joanna, how are you feeling? I saw your short stream, and I know you're sick. You feeling any better? Okay, let's put the line on the board to show the final position. You're getting worse. No, terrible. Okay, the puzzle stopped here, but of course the continuation would be this. And I got you sick. I infected you. No, that's terrible. I'm getting better. I'm almost done with with the illness. Now you're starting. Terrible. John Jung is hosting also. Thank you. Thanks for all these hosts. Yeah, just queen takes d4. Yeah, this should be totally winning, right? I was trying to look at a way to win this, but there's no way, because if we check and check, he's in time to defend it. There's no proper fork, but yeah, just queen takes d4. Okay, this is important. In the starting position, we could have gone here 96, and this would be a forced draw. That was our first line. The first line we saw, this is a forced draw, and now it's a draw because we have perpetual. Okay, Wasn't very hard, this puzzle, was it? So we're one puzzle left, maybe? Let me see. Yes, we're one puzzle left. We have 4 out of 4. Let's do the final one. And our rating keeps improving. Let's go. Rawr. Final puzzle. What did I click? What the heck did I click? I wanted to do a tactic, chess.com. Tactics. %, in 91. Oh, there were some statistics there, right? And I have 100% in checkmate 1, right? Yeah. What is Jyothi? Good question. You know, my nickname is Peplu, but of course Pepelu in Spanish is said Pepe Joe, and that last part, Joe, is how many people call me Joe. I'm Joe. Like in English, Joe, yes. And Jyothi is just a familiar way to say it. It comes from a Galician familiar way, which would be Jothinho, and it's shortened to Jyothi. So it's complicated to explain, but it comes from the same name. It all comes from my name. Okay, let's do the final puzzle. Rawr. Maybe we can pass 2750. Okay, good news is we have 2 legal moves here. I regret I asked, lol. So, if king takes rook, let's see first if we are checkmated by taking the rook. If we are checkmated by taking the rook, then the move is obvious. I'm just gonna call you Brunhilde from now on. All the other stuff is too confusing. What? We discussed this before, then move on to Jose and Jesus, but don't remember the conclusion. There's never a conclusion. Okay, if we take the rook, we should be worried about bishop h3 check, of course, and maybe bishop d5 check with a queen g4 coming in. Okay, let's start with bishop h3 check. King up runs into queen g4 mate. King g1 runs into queen g4 check, knight g3. Wait, knight g3, queen f3, bishop e4, and we survive. Huh. So king g1 maybe not so stupid. Can we take the rook? Huh. Actually, if we don't take it, king h1, bishop d5, f3, queen h3. Aha. Yeah, maybe we can discard first the king h1 line. Actually, king h1, bishop d5, threatening all sorts of discover attacks. And if we go like f3, which would be the obvious, then queen h3, and should we resign? Probably. Bishop f4, bishop takes f3. And I think we resign. King g2, bishop h3, king g1, queen d5, f3, we're fine, Pepe. Yeah, actually, the obvious move would be king h1, right? Not king g1, but king h1 might run into queen d5 check or not. So maybe maybe the toughest move is the second one after bishop h3 check. The obvious would be king h1, but maybe king g1 is the move. Okay, king h1, bishop d5, f3, queen h3, Bishop f4, bishop takes f3, rook takes f3, queen takes f3. Knight g1. Rook takes h2 check, king takes h2, bishop d6 check. No, our bishop's still on f4. Wait. Huh. Okay, that line is not so clear, but it seems really risky. Ah, this is tough. And this is tough. Both lines seem losing, but of course they don't lose. One of them. If this was Lichess, I would take the rook immediately, because on Lichess, all the tactics have to be winning. But this might be a defensive one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're a pawn down after rook takes d2. If this was Lichess, of course you have to take the rook, otherwise there's no way to win. I think I'm gonna take it anyway, because position is terrible anyway if I don't take it. He might have bishop a3 followed by rook g8. Yeah, I also thought that. Melek, I think you are referring to the line I was speaking all this time. King h1, bishop d5, f3, queen h3, bishop f4, bishop takes f3, rook takes f3, queen takes f3, knight g1. And I wasn't sure how to assess that. Maybe just rook takes g1 followed by queen takes f4, and yeah, it seems really terrible because black is going to go bishop d6. Anyway, let's take the rook. Let's take the rook. John votes for king h1 because of bishop a3. Yeah, but against any check on g8 or on g4 with the queen, I'm gonna block with the knight on g3. So I'm not sure. Probably after bishop a3, I just take the bishop, John. I'm not really scared of that check. And the knight on g3 helps bishop e4 if he checks with the queen, but it doesn't if he goes with the rook. So you might have a point there. For example, king takes g2, bishop h3 check, king g1. Bishop a3, queen takes a3, rook g8 check, knight g3, queen d5. We just go f3, right? Yeah, we just go f3. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, let's take the rook. And now we need some voting here. I think I vote for king g1. So let's see the problem of king h1. What can the problem be? King h1, queen d5 check, f3 only move. I vote for freedom, because in the future queen f3 will come with check. How will queen f3 come? That's what I don't see yet. Maybe just rook g8, huh? Yeah. King h1, queen d5 check, f3 only move, rook, okay, still not rook g8. Bishop moves somewhere, let's say bishop d6 or bishop a3, even bishop a3, queen takes a3, rook g8. Oh, queen g4. Yeah. You got me. Yeah, queen g4. Absolutely. Absolutely. Queen g4. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to charge my mobile. There. Okay, only move f3, right? f3. If bishop a3, queen takes a3, rook g8 check, king f2, rook g2 check, king e1. We're fine. There's knight f4, but that's asking for trouble, right? Knight f4, bishop a3, and I don't know. Oh, queen g5 also, yeah. No, f3. Yes! 2757. Look at that sexy number. Okay, cool. And the rating of this puzzle was 3000 again. The same as the first one we did today, right? I don't think it was that tough. If this was Lichess, I would expect this puzzle to be like 2400 maybe. I mean, you need to find some unique moves, but it's not that hard because it's checkmate everywhere. Yeah, let's look at some of the losing lines. And now I might move on to Lichess, I think, after this, because this was the last tactic. Okay, so we take the rook. Yeah, and king h1 loses to queen g4, I think. 911 Airlines, hello. Okay, I see what you're doing. No crazy house, please. No crazy house, Hermesiev, no crazy house. No crazy house this week. Thanks, Joanna. Yeah, queen g4 wins on the spot. And the difference, if our king maybe not loses, yeah, bishop f5 check. Yeah, we can sacrifice a piece, but we're a piece down. Knight gives white hand some hope. Yeah, and f3 now. Yeah, but how much material are we are we down? A full rook after this move. A full rook. Yeah. Yeah, so queen g4 is totally winning. The difference with king g1 is if he now goes queen g4 check, just a pawn. Oh, we were a rook up. Wait. Oof. It seems that I'm tired too. Okay, let's have a look at that line again. Check. Yeah, we're a pawn down. I don't even know how to count pieces anymore. Should probably stop and get some rest. Okay, anyway, pawn down. And look at this king. Yeah, this has to be bad. But yeah, cool resource. Bishop f5 to stay in the game. Now the difference is after king g1, if he goes this way, we have this, and if he tries the checkmate, we have bishop e4 thanks to the knight. That should be good for us. But after king h1, there's no way to do that because queen f3 would be check. So next move is checkmate. Okay, so king g1, and he went queen d5, threatening mate here, and now f3 is the only move, because the other move that stops queen g4, queen g2 mate, which is knight f4, loses to queen g5 check. Maybe it doesn't lose, actually, to queen g5 check. Yeah. Okay. But this is not the worst. Maybe something worse than that. I thought here we might have some issues with this rook coming to g8. So is there any way for black to sacrifice the queen for that? Yeah, this move, for example, bishop h6, threatening to take here and then checkmate, and white cannot, I think, no, white cannot take the queen, because check, and yeah, we can give the bishop, but it will make no difference at any moment. At some point we need to go king h1, then check, then checkmate. Okay, checkmate. So no lines that run into bishop a3. Now bishop a3 was an idea here, but I think bishop h6 is stronger. Here bishop a3 has exactly the same checkmate if white takes the queen, but in that case white will not be forced to take the queen, while after bishop h6 we're threatening to take here and checkmate. So I think bishop h6 is stronger in this case. Oh, did you, Joanna? Now I have to see it. Okay, Malek, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by and sharing your lines and your ideas. Dashboard. Okay, so yeah, knight f4 doesn't work, then f3 on a move, and he played, no, he didn't play anything. The problem stopped there, so it wasn't that tough a problem, was it? I mean, 30-100 seems low to me. Okay, guys, I'm done with chess.com. I think if I click the next button, it's gonna say daily limit reached. So yeah, I might either I move to Lichess Puzzles or I stop. I don't know. What do you think? Blackboard. No, I'm not. Oh, I have 2 pending sketches here. Be right back. Reporting you to Twitch staff for inappropriate content. Thanks, Joey. I like that one. Okay, let's move to Lichess then. Let's move to Lichess, but I need to change the title of the stream and everything. Title tactics on lichess.org. Bam. Now I close chess.com, and what remains is of course Lichess. Yes. Give me just a second to restart the stream so it gets in a different video. I'm gonna do that. Are you all in Europe? No. Or America? Well, if you keep saying or, eventually the answer is gonna be yes. We're all in Europe or America or Asia or Oceania. But he has forsaken our Lord and Savior Jesus. What? Okay, let me just give me just a second, and I'll be right back in less than a minute. I need to stop and start the stream so it gets in a different video. Be right back.